Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Buddha. Doctrine of the Blessed One and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Blessed One. Greetings to everyone. Welcome to Lankaram Buddhist Temple Saturday morning meditation session for beginners. This will be a guided meditation session. So the new year has finally come and we said goodbye to another year in our lifetime. And this time, the year that we passed was really memorable in many ways. From the very beginning of the year until the very end of it was a harrowing experience for all of us. It was disastrous. It was disturbing. It was stressful to many people. Some people have their loved ones during the year, and some people have lost their jobs, and some people had many other issues related to that situation. And the world over, so many people lost their lives, so many people were ill, and many countries were affected very badly due to the pandemic. So we were desperately looking for something new, a new aspiration, a new beginning, a new hope for life. So let's say it's the end of another chapter, memorable in many ways. If we take it in the right spirit, this unfortunate situation, this miserable experience can be taken in the right manner, in the positive manner, and use it as a blessing in disguise to find something much more tangible, much more meaningful and effective to all of us. So that being, did you also have another New Year resolution this time? If you had a New Year resolution this time, that would be wonderful. But I think compared to other previous years, this time the New Year's resolution should be different. Otherwise, it doesn't make much of a sense. Because the experience we had quite dramatic, quite different from the rest of us. Maybe in most of our lifetime, we have never ever had encountered such an experience. So, when the previous year is gone, when the new year is done, when a new beginning happens, a new chapter opens, what should we do? we also start with something new, something fresh for our own life. Maybe I very highly recommend that we do a little bit more about our own self-care, and because we have lost it for a while, and then we also have to think something about ourselves, our attitudes, our behavior, our character, and many things. If we think of them, I think this new year can be much more meaningful to us. And individually we have to start. We can't change the world right away. Everyone has to individually change. They have to accept, and they have to be humble, and they have to work a little hard, and they have to be assertive and resolute and determined about their own effort. What should we do? What to do this year? So I recommend we do something really very useful this time. This time, if we focus on ourselves, maybe we can do much more better. And also maybe we can face any such eventuality later on in our life. So the experience, now it is time for us to take some action. And if we just pass it just like that, and it doesn't really do any good to neither of us or to the others. It won't help neither of us nor to the others. So we have to do something tangible. We have to do something effective. Also, very simple things. Sometimes we have to fix some very simple minor adjustments in our life. Also, can be really powerful. Depends on how you launch these things, how you implement those resolutions in life. So to begin with, I want to reiterate again, wake up with a making of bed. That is the first thing. It's very, very important. You make up your bed, you make up the world, and then you do some meditation every single day, if possible every single day in the morning, and if possible every single day in the evening. The time factor depends on your body clock, depends on your schedule. If we can meditate even for a short time every single day, that will be so much better for you. Okay, let's say like we individually do together this thing. We practice, we keep practicing, and it will become a very powerful force, a force to reckon with. And that way we can influence the rest of us, the people around us. And before changing the others, I think we have to change ourselves. We have to fix our own problems. We have to recognize, we have to identify, oh, this is my problem area, attitude problem. This is my behavioral problem. This is my cognitive problem. And this is how I think. And that makes other people bad or sad. Then I have to recognize it, and then I have to make some effort to fix it. And if we do that, it will be good for us. Remember, most of the time what we try to do, we try to change the environment according to our wish. This time, why don't we change ourselves for the better, for the good, for the happiness of the others? But this time, we'll do it more meaningfully then. If we do practice meditation, If we keep doing according to a schedule, morning, evening, practice schedule, I think that will be so much better. I also want to reiterate that please keep a spiritual journal. Keep practicing recording your spiritual experience, and just a few sentences would be good. And remember, when you do that, the benefit would be immense, because whenever you take some decision after the meditation, it will be very, very good, much better than before. You feel confident of your practice. When you have fear and dread, it's also very good to practice. And also you analyze it, you recognize it, and then you fix it. And when you have something bitter experience in your life, ups and downs in daily life, it can happen to anyone, because you don't live alone, you live with many other people. So this stressful situation can always be there. If you stay alone, that is much more easier and comfortable. But if you stay with other people, if you work with the other people, that can always be different, because you don't have the opportunity to do everything what you want. So I recommend, let us think of it very seriously, and let us try to recognize our own problem areas. Okay, when I do this thing, the other people feel bad. That doesn't mean we change our attitude, we change our behavior for the bad. No. Also keep in mind the guidelines to do good and to be good. No matter what happens, we have to be good, and we have to do good. And in this process, also 4 things we need to always remember. That is, all the bad things that we have already, we have to recognize, okay, this is my problem area, this is my weakness, and we have to make some effort to overcome it. This is number 1. Number 2, there can be bad things that you already don't have, but you see it in your friend, in other people you see, and you don't like it. So make sure that negative attitude, that negative quality, that unwholesome quality does not come to you. Make sure, be mindful, make some effort to that, to avoid such things. And this is number 2. Number 3, you already have some very, very good qualities. You know it, you recognize it. Oh, I think everyone appreciate. People feel good, and you yourself can recognize it. You yourself can identify it. Maybe your generosity, maybe your compassionate heart, your loving kindness, and maybe your constant practice, and maybe your mindfulness. Um, Maybe you wake up in the morning. Maybe you care about the others. These things can be there, very wholesome qualities. And if you have those wholesome qualities, then keep doing it and continue to develop them. And the last one, and you see in other people, there are some wonderful, wonderful qualities. You feel so good about that. And they are really very nice. And they are really helpful. And so we have to recognize them as well. When you open your eyes, look at the other people, how they do it, and how wonderful they are in their life. Maybe their mannerism, maybe their loving kindness, maybe they don't talk non-gossip or whatever, Maybe they are very good in studies, maybe they keep a good schedule, many things can be there. So recognize those good, wholesome qualities in other people and learn, and then inculcate those beautiful qualities in yourself, those wholesome qualities in yourself. That will be really, really wonderful, and that will be bring you a very wonderful, very wholesome new experience in your life. You will see, oh, now my system is more comfortable with this new attitude of mine. This is a very positive attitude. I feel very good. And remember, the other guideline that we need to keep is do something, when we speak something, when we act, when we think something, it should not be harmful to yourself. It should not be harmful to others. And it should not be harmful to both of you, both you and the others, not only to one party, but to both parties. And then those things should not incorporate with lobha, dosa, and moha. And this is little bit tricky and more complicated can be sometimes. But you try your best. You try. If you make some effort, it can still be possible. Lobha is the greed, dosa is the anger, and moha is the ignorance. And when we have those things, we have to make sure whenever we do something, whenever we say something, whenever we think something, if those unwholesome qualities arise in you, then it's not going to be good. That is not what we want. What we want is the opposite of lobha, the greed, dosa, the anger, and moha, the ignorance. We need to do the opposite of that. We need to feel that we don't feel lobha when we do something, when we think something, when we speak something. Then it is good. So with this mindset, please share your experience, share your New Year resolution with us. That will be so good if you can share your at least one New Year resolution that you can practically implement in your life. What is the one thing that you practically want to implement as much as you can during the whole year? Let us think of it, and let us do something together, and let us share our experience and for the benefit of the others. Okay? With that good intention, let's get started with our meditation today. And this is the first meditation session in the year, the Saturday meditation. This is the first Saturday of 2021, and this is the first meditation session that we do together on this day. So this is a very special day to all of us. And hopefully we can continue our practice, and hopefully we can also maintain our spiritual journal. Hopefully we can practice 2 sessions instead of 1 session, and maybe hopefully we can slowly and gradually increase our sitting time. If we start with 10 minutes or 15 minutes, maybe every week we can increase at least 1 minute, and then that will be so much good, so much comfortable, so much peaceful, and it will bring so much benefit to you and to everyone else. All right. So, good luck to all of you in the new year, and hopefully this new year will bring you peace, happiness, and good health to all of you. Alright, so with that, let's get started with today's meditation. Let's get settled in our seat. Sit comfortably, okay? Because we are not going to move. We will be unmoved during this whole session. And then keep our back straight. Keep our head straight. And keep our shoulders relaxed. Keep our eyebrows relaxed. And make sure our respiratory system is smooth. Close your eyes. Keep one palm on the other. Take one good long deep breath and hold it for few seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And then we slowly release and relax step by step, very slowly we release. And when we do this inhale through the nose, we do the exhale through the nose, and the inhale can be little shorter than the exhale. Okay, that's also very good. An inhale is taking more oxygen, and exhale is to be done with more removing of carbon dioxide. More toxic things will be removed. So our natural respiratory system, natural body functioning can be very smooth. Okay. Let's do it together. Long deep breath. So having done this long deep breath, we slowly move to the natural breathing and we recognize. We just be mindful about the process of breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. We recognize the breathing. We'll see how it happens. When we breathe in, that incoming breath touches our nostril, and when we breathe out, the outgoing breath touches our upper lip. Interestingly, the incoming breath is the first time that the breath touches the body, and the outgoing breath, when it touches the upper lip, it is the last time that it touches our body before leaving. So we place our mindfulness in between these two, nostril and the upper lip. all the time our shoulders and eyebrows and the whole body should be relaxed and the body should be straight. When we close our eyes, we can also hear many things. Don't worry about that, that is very natural because we don't see things and our attention is more focused with our ear sense door. So we sense many things like the ticking of the wall clock or any other little noises. When you hear them, just recognize them and then come back to your meditation. Now the challenging part is to recognize our breathing, every single breath. Just recognize them. Just recognize every single breath. When we breathe in and when we breathe out. Mostly at the beginning, our breath can be longer. And as we gradually settle in our meditation and we don't move, and our breath will become subtler and shorter. Whenever it happens, we recognize. Whatever happens, we recognize. At the initial level, rather than thinking of the emotions or mental faculty or the thoughts, we try just to observe our incoming and outgoing breaths. Inhale and exhale. Anapanasati. Mindfulness on or contemplation on inhale and exhale, incoming breath and outgoing breath. We recognize when we breathe long, breathe in long. We recognize when we breathe out long. We recognize when we breathe in short. We recognize when we breathe out short. we try our best to focus on every single breath. What happens when we keep meditating on breathing, but the monkey mind happens? The wandering thoughts keep coming. Remember, the first priority is breath. When it touches the incoming breath, when it touches the nostril, we focus on that. That is our priority. And when we breathe out, when it touches the upper lip, we focus on that. And in between, suddenly, if our thoughts keep wandering here and there, we recognize them. We identify them. And then we come back to our meditation very gently, without reacting to those thoughts, without trying to control anything. Just be natural. Just recognize them. Just accept them, respect them, keep a safe distance from them, like social distance. This also can be very helpful. If we recognize this is an unwholesome thought, if we recognize this is a wholesome thought, we just recognize, we don't try to stop any of them. And we recognize and come back to our meditation. So at the beginning, it is very natural process. We recognize when we breathe in that column of breath, how it enters our body. We focus on the touch point only. The beginning of the breath column, the middle of the breath column, and the end of the breath column. We recognize, we feel that it enters, and the breath column touches the beginning when it enters, and the breath column touches the middle when it enters, and the breath column touches the end of it before entering the body through the nostril. So our attention is on the nostril, not inside. Same thing when we breathe out, same thing when we exhale. That breath column, it touches the beginning, the middle, and the end before leaving the body. If we pay more attention to the details of the breath column, it can be very helpful to maintain the mindfulness on the one hand, and also recognize, analyze, observe, identify the different kinds of breath that we take. Now our body is very calm and still. Our respiratory system smoothly functions, very calm and still. We probably don't need longer breaths at this moment. We recognize the incoming breath and the outgoing breath is much shorter now, more subtler and gentler. can happen to you that you miss some incoming and outgoing breaths when the wandering thoughts come to you. This is where we have to be extra careful and mindful. Also, we have to make some effort not to stop any of them. Any thought can come, that's okay. Just recognize them, let them go, and then come back to meditation without judging on any of them. So try as much as you can to focus on your breathing. As you keep meditating, unmoved with your body, your breath becomes gradually subtler and gentler. So maybe you don't see the breath. Maybe you can feel the sensation or expansion of the nostril, the edge of the nostril when you breathe in. And the contraction of the upper lip when you breathe out, that little area. The expansion and contraction actually happens in the nose. So we recognize that. Maybe the sensation, breathing in sensation is little cooler and colder. And the outgoing breath sensation is warmer. We can even recognize them. Let us practice a little bit more, this time with more resolution, more determination. to recognize every single breath. One more minute. Every single breath we recognize. Okay, now let us take a good long deep breath. Hold it for few more seconds and then slowly release and relax step by step. Relax peacefully. We do it one more time. Take a good long deep breath. Release and relax. And then with closed eyes we rub our palms. We observe the movement of the palm. We feel the sensation. We recognize something changing. The movement up and down, touching every part of the palm, generating warm sensation. And now we place the palms on our eyes, taking a long deep breath. And release and relax, and we slowly bring the two palms to each of the ears, taking a good long deep breath. Now we move one palm to the forehead, the other to the back of the head. Take a good long deep breath. And then we gently rub our head, recognizing the movement and recognizing the sensation when we touch our head. Maybe for you it's more of your hair, you can recognize them. Or if you have bald head, you recognize when you touch your skin. Around the brain area, front, top and the back of the brain, the head. And we gently rub our neck. Place our palms on the shoulders, taking a good long deep breath. Slowly release and relax. Now place our palms on the middle of the back, and with the fingertips we rub through towards the lower back. Take a good long deep breath and rub that area, lower back area. As we have been sitting for a while, it will help us release our muscles. And the thigh muscle we rub as we have been sitting. The lower part of the body becomes more tense and tight, so we can relax them before standing up. And also gently rub on the kneecap area. And below the kneecap, the leg. And the ankles. Rub your ankles. Rub your feet. Back and forth. Rub your feet. That will be also very helpful when you rub your feet and rub your toes. Now straighten body. Keep your palms together close to your heart with closed eyes. Taking a good long deep breath and saying sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now gently open your eyes with more positive attitude, with a bright smile, happiness and good health, looking at the world with a more positive attitude. And may this be a wonderful experience. May your day a peaceful, happy and positive day. May you all be well, happy and healthy. May all your family members, friends and relatives be well, happy and healthy. May all sentient beings be well, happy and healthy. May you have a wonderful day ahead, a week ahead. See you again next week. Thank you for joining us today, and signing off with our Saturday meditation. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow with our Sinhala audience, and looking forward to seeing you next Saturday at the same time. Thank you. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinassato mate bhavattvantarayo sukhe digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalang Rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata Sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Abhivadana siris niccang vaddhapachayino cattaro dhamma vaddhanti Ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevaca Ato nibbana sampatti minate samijjatu Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu